Very nice to see you. I am even better.
Thank you, Maharaj. That's good to hear.
Are you feeling well?
Yeah, I'm much better. I'm
Good.
much better.
Yes. You have to come and associate more on online with the devotees. I was thinking also, maybe you should go for once in a while, go for 3 days to vacation at the Dham. You know, every once in a while, if you go to the Dham, live with Shanta Maharaj for 3 days out of the year, or every couple of months, then that'll be very good for your spiritual development. Huh?
Yes, Maharaj. I was just talking to Shanta Maharaj. In fact, we were talking about um, uh, uh, the place that Maharaj saw in Navadvip.
Yes.
And so I was just chatting with Shanta Maharaj a few minutes back that I'll come over and, I wanted him to talk to you first. How do we go about it? And he said that, we need to buy that. So I said, okay, I'll come over and we'll buy it. So, that land and then make some small, beautiful, place so that, the devotees can come and the scientists can come there and stay there for some time.
I see. Well, I don't know so much about it, but I'm sure Shanta Maharaj could come up with some plan.
Okay.
I think,
Okay.
in the meantime, you can go to the mutt. There's rooms, nice rooms there for you to stay. And this way you can get some spiritual vacation.
Yes.
You should go often, maybe not for the big festivals. I don't know if you like the big festivals. But you go there to meditate for a few days, every 6 months, every year, or something like that. How much time you can afford to go. I think that'll be very useful for your spiritual life.
Sure, Maharaj. I'll do that.
And mental health.
Yes.
Mental health, huh?
Yeah.
We need that. I
Sure,
cannot live without the Devotees Association. It'd be very difficult. Even Raghunath Das, you know Raghunath Das? Mahaprabhu's intimate associate, one of the 6 Goswamis, Raghunath Das, is considered Prayojanacharya. Prayojanacharya means one who gives us the goal, the highest achievement. Prayojan. That is Raghunath Das. When Mahaprabhu and all the devotees left, while he was living in Puri with Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they all, one by one, they left until he was the last one there. And he was going crazy because there was no association. Even he was that high advanced devotee, but he had no more association. So he was going crazy. He wanted to kill himself. He wanted to suicide. So he thought he would go to Vrindavan and jump off Govardhan Hill and end his life, because he could not live another day without the association of Mahaprabhu and Sripad and all those wonderful devotees, Gadadhar. So how much the need of association is there, we can see in Raghunath Das's life. Anyhow, when he came to Vrindavan, he met Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. And then he felt he had his life back. Because he had the company of Rupa and Sanatana, again he felt that he had the association of Mahaprabhu, just like as if Mahaprabhu himself were there. And he became very happy. And he lived the rest of his life under the guidance and love and affection of Rupa Goswami. So always remember association. As much as we can get association, that is our highest benefit. We sometimes forget. Many people in this world don't have any association of devotees. They never meet devotees. They never have the association of devotees. And I wonder how they could live their lives like that. Most of the people of the world, they never sense to actually meet a Vaishnava, but to speak of all the opportunities we have, we don't take advantage of. So that very rare opportunity to meet a Vaishnava, to have the association of a Vaishnava, that is the most valuable thing in our life. So rare. We must recognize how important it is and how rare it is to have that chance. Is by Krishna's grace. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasada. Yasya prasada nagati katopi. It says in the Shikshastika and the Garbhastikam, that by the mercy of Krishna we get Guru, and by the mercy of Guru we get Krishna. So that is the most important thing, association with Guru, with Vaishnava. Nothing more wonderful and more important than that. And sometimes we don't even understand that. We have so many chances to meet a Vaishnava. We don't understand how valuable and how fortunate we are. And then to take proper advantage of that. What is the problem? Then when we meet Vaishnava, then what? There we must try to get, like Vaishnava is giving us, the opportunity to understand about Krishna, about the spiritual realm, about our real destination, about our real home, and how to see things properly. It's not that we just meet a devotee and then finish. No, we have to learn from them. And what is that thing that they are teaching? What is that the message they are giving us? Like Sridhar Maharaj, today we're honoring his disappearance. What a valuable Vaishnava that we had the chance to meet. Actually, I did at least. I don't know how many of you others actually have met Sridhar Maharaj. But after Prabhupada came, I had a chance to meet with Prabhupada personally, speak personally, and also with Sridhar Maharaj, personal meeting with him. And understanding the great fortune I did at that time. When I met Srila Prabhupada, I was thinking, if Jesus Christ, at the time Jesus Christ lived, I didn't have a chance, none of us had a chance to meet him. But what kind of experience would that be if we had met Jesus Christ at the time he was living? Would you consider that great fortune? No doubt, huh? If we actually got to walk up to Jesus Christ and say, hey, how you doing? How's your health? What is your situation? What is it you want me to do for you? How can I serve you? And we could actually do something. Then that would be a tremendous thing. I used to think meeting Srila Prabhupada was like that. As if we could meet Jesus Christ, aiming to meet Srila Prabhupada, who traveled all over the world. We're traveling all over the world to spreading Krishna consciousness. And I actually had a chance to meet him, talk with him, and ask him what kind of service I could do. And he gave me some instruction. I was thinking, what more fortunate thing can happen in anyone's life? What more fortunate thing than that? So to get the blessings of the Lord, get that blessing to meet a Vaishnava, we must realize what that means, how to take the proper advantage of that opportunity that Krishna is giving us. And take as much association as possible. I remember Sridhar Maharaj once told one of his sannyas disciples, I can't remember his name now, Ban Maharaj. Yes, his name was Ban Maharaj. was one of the sannyas disciples of Sridhar Maharaj. Maharaj was staying there at the ashram for some time. And Sridhar Maharaj told him, he said, you must stay here as close as possible for as long as possible. He gave him that instruction. You stay here for as close as possible for as long as possible. And we understand the real benefit of associating, of having the chance to associate with the Madhava. Then we will want to do that. We will want to stay as close as possible for as long as possible. It's good advice, best advice anyone could ever have. It takes time to understand the real benefit of that connection, of that message. It takes time. Very, very conditioned souls. We've forgotten everything. Not that we've forgotten, we don't even know everything. We know so little about spiritual life, about our real identity, about Krishna and the spiritual world. We're so ignorant of all these things. We are so filled with so many conditioned ideas, misconceptions. So it takes time. It takes time to get rid of all that and to get a new knowledge. And change of heart. Change of heart. Just by association, however, that will happen. And depending on our own sincerity, it will happen quicker or slower, it depends. What is our intense desire? What do we want? Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra. All the scriptures tell us, associate with the saints, associate with the sadhus, associate with the sadhus. 3 times. When the scriptures say something 3 times, then we have to do it. Otherwise, why is it saying 3 times? Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra. All the scriptures to explain this. Sadhu Sangha. Sometimes I meet people and they come to our meetings, our sanghas in Princeton, and they ask, why do I need Guru? I have Prabhupada's books. Why should I have Guru? And I said, in Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, what does it say? Krishna is telling there that, what is that? Tadvidi paripatena pariprastena sevaya upadekshante te jnanam jnanina istatradharshana. They're telling you must approach the spiritual master to have knowledge. Tadvidi paripatena. If you want knowledge, vidi, then you must approach Guru with these 3 qualifications. Be humble, ask humbly, inquire, and seva. Seva is the most important, and serve. Tatra Darshana, those who understand the truth, they can explain it to us. Those who can see what is what from their Guru, they've heard and understood something, and they can give that to us. So this is not my advice, it's Krishna's advice. Krishna's own advice. Everyone else try to accept that advice. And yeah, I was meditating on you a few days before and thinking, I have to tell you this.
Thank you, Maharaj. This is very helpful. It's always helpful.
To go to Shanta, go to the Sringapali and stay there for a few days. Every once in a while you go there, maybe 3-4 days, whatever you can spend, much time as you can spend. Doesn't have to be long, but do that often, whenever you have the chance. And whenever you're feeling distressed, you could go there and sit and don't let anything else bother you. The whole world is meaningless to us. There is no Krishna consciousness. Mahaprabhu himself, he said, this whole world is vacant. I can't see anything in this world that's worthwhile without Krishna.
Sure, Maharaj. I'm soon planning to travel there, maybe next few days itself. Maybe
Yes.
next coming week I'm traveling. I'm planning to travel to Shanta. I just was chatting with him. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. And I'll be very happy. So I'm happy if you're happy. And I'm
We will
very...
make a spiritual tour.
Maharaj,
yeah?
Little Spanish for devotee.
Yes,
please.
I'm talking and talking and forgetting everything else. I don't get a chance to see him so often, so everything I can. In the many years we haven't seen him.
El Maharaj está diciendo que tenía muchos años sin ver al devoto, entonces le estaba predicando al devoto. Le estaba hablando de la importancia del día de hoy, que es dedicado a Srila Dev-Goswami Maharaj. El Maharaj también estaba explicando, muy importante, la asociación, sadhusanga. Lo más importante de todo es el sadhusanga. El Maharaj dice que siempre las tres cosas que siempre mencionan las escrituras es sadhusanga, asociación con el Vaishnava. El Maharaj también explicaba que, por ejemplo, en los tiempos de Jesucristo, era muy difícil reunirse con él, no había la oportunidad de asociarse con Jesucristo, era otro tiempo, era difícil. Entonces ahora actualmente hay la oportunidad de asociarse con los sadhus, con los gurus, con los devotos, y entonces tratar de aprender un poco. Es una gran oportunidad el sadhusanga, que es para esta época. Sin sadhusanga no somos nada, no podemos llegar a ningún lado. Sadhusanga es muy importante. Y el Maharaj también explicaba que la esencia de todo es eso, tratar de siempre reunirse. Nosotros no entendemos la importancia del sadhusanga, no la entendemos, pero los gurus exponen acerca de ese tópico del sadhusanga, la unión, siempre la unión, y servir juntos, siempre estar sirviendo juntos. Más o menos esa es la esencia de lo que ha explicado el Maharaj. Y el Maharaj también finalmente explicó acerca de un verso del Bhagavad Gita donde explican un verso muy importante de Paripatrena, Sevaya, dos palabras. El verso es más largo, pero dice palabras importantes, en donde dice, ese es un verso del Bhagavad Gita que dice: acércate al maestro espiritual, hazle preguntas de manera sumisa al maestro espiritual y sirve al maestro espiritual. Y entonces el maestro espiritual te revelará a ti la verdad, te quitará la venda de los ojos y el maestro espiritual te revelará la verdad, porque el maestro espiritual la ha atrapado la verdad. Y también también, ese es muy importante ese verso. Y finalmente el Maharaj habló de un pasatiempo o un pasaje histórico. Había una persona que se llamaba Bon Maharaj, que estaba con Srila Sridhara Maharaja. Entonces estaba en una reunión acerca de las prédicas y eso. Entonces Srila Dev-Goswami Maharaj le dijo a Bon Maharaj acerca de todo este camino. Le dijo: el sadhusanga, el prestar atención al guru, eso hace que lo imposible sea posible. Es una pequeña historia que narró el Maharaj acerca de ese encuentro entre Bon Maharaj y Srila Dev-Goswami Maharaj, y que nos deja a todos una enseñanza bastante importante. Jai Maharaj.
Jai Haribol.
Arrivo.
Muchas gracias. Your Grace. Maharaj, I am talking a mile a minute. What do you want to say?
I was also inviting Pradyumna Prabhu for a long time. Then he was becoming too busy. Then I told I must come to meet him.
Yes.
Then I was planning. Then he became a little busy and he told that, so in few days, he will inform me. I was waiting. So if you can come here, that will be very good. So we will come here. We will visit, few places like Ekachakra and, Srila Maharaj's birthplace, Hapanya, and also we'll go to Mamanpara and we'll like to go to many places, here, and we'll visit Navadip, Mayapur, all the places. We'll be very happy. It will be nice.
You went there to see him, huh? To his house before?
Yes, I went quite a few times. That is on some preaching too. And he arranged, staying in one apartment with his friends. I still have their numbers. Some friends he arranged. I think some of them take an initiation, no, Pradyumna Prabhu? Some of them,
Yes,
I think he brought them to Acharya Maharaj.
Yeah.
They
See,
are
Maharaj,
there.
there's one thing consistent about me, right? I always tell Shanta Maharaj, there's one thing very consistent about me, that I'm a rascal of first order and I'll continue to be that. So I have an unpickable record on that. Nobody can beat me on that. So I tell him that yes, I will. Puri Maharaj will always tell me, Shanta Maharaj will always tell me, but I'm pretty consistent in being a rascal.
When I first met you online, you told that that you are holding the sticks, that I am holding Govardhan, and you are pushing the sticks to hold up mountain around me. Something like that you said. And when you told me like that, I thought, oh my goodness, such a sweet devotee. I had never thought of such a thing. From that moment, you had stolen my heart. And I thought, yeah, here is a very sweet, very nice devotee. And so,
That's the only thing I'm good at.
Yes, so I'm always remembering.
Stealing your heart.
I'm always remembering that. And I always remember you from that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to say. Maharaj, but before I go on, what did you want to say? Anything?
Maharaj,
Yes, do you want to say something?
we want to hear something from you. Maharaj,
Sure.
we want to hear from you about, your meeting with Srila Sridhar Maharaj and, something. We don't know anything of Srila Sridhar Maharaj. We only heard from you something, Maharaj.
Well, as I said, meeting a Vaishnava is, first of all, a very rare thing in this world. And who has that opportunity? They are very, 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 very fortunate. Because how many people actually meet a Vaishnava? And not only that, but a real Vaishnava, not just some red cloth person, person wearing a red cloth or a white cloth. A real Vaishnava, who can meet that? Son Mahatma Sadurlabha, Krishna says in the Gita. That's a Mahatma, but the Vaishnava is even more than that. He Mahabhagavat. Mahabhagavat means he's even greater than the Lord. So that, because he's greater than the Lord, because the Lord has some concern with us, all of us. But he has everybody to look after. Whereas Guru, he has only us to look after, only his disciples. So he give us more attention. And he also understands our position better, because Guru is also a fallen soul who has come to the safe shelter of the Lord. So he knows what it means to be a fallen soul. And he can have sympathy with us. Krishna is on high. Yes, it's all perfect. beautiful. So for him, everything is beautiful. But for Gurudev, he has some sympathy, some more sympathy for us. So we have a greater mercy we could get from Gurudev or Nityananda. Anyhow, when I first came to Sridhar Maharaj, I was first with Iskon and Srila Prabhupada. I had some association with Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, especially Srila Damodar Maharaj. I had the good fortune of having their close association. When I came to Sridhar Maharaj, there was one thing that struck me very, very powerfully. Of course, there are many things, but one thing he said that made me understand something that I did not really, was not so much focused on when I first came from Niskam. He told that the Gaudiya Vaishnava line is teaching the highest attainment, is teaching the highest attainment is Radha Dasya. Radha Dasya. And he told me that, and yes, Srila Prabhupada also taught that, but somehow the focus wasn't on that. It was on Krishna consciousness. And Radha Dasya, it means that was told by, again, I was mentioning Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami, our Prayojan-Acharya, he told, Prayojan means our attainment, our highest attainment. He told the same thing, that Radha Dasya, service of Srimati Radharani, is our highest achievement in life. And then, but he also said that I don't even want Krishna. I don't even think of Krishna as important. And that Govardhan Hill is like a big monster. And Radha Kund, which is the highest place of worship in Nirmal, to the Goswamis, says that Radha Kund looks like the open mouth of a python going to swallow me. So he had this very unusual idea that he was giving to us, that even these high things, Krishna and Govardhan and Radha Kund, those don't have any appeal for me. Because without Radharani, they are meaningless. Radharani is so sweet. Her love is so all-encompassing, all-powerful, all sweet, all ecstatic, that everything else seems dry in comparison. He told like that. And then we know from the Bhagavatam that in the 10th chapter where this Rasa Lila is explained, what happened. That the Krishna left all the gopis in the middle of the dance. He left all the gopis who had Radharani left that group. And he went to look for her. Now, if Krishna himself, Rasa Lila is considered by the devotees to be the highest in the Bhagavatam. This Madhurya Rasa, Madhurya Lila, they consider the most highest relationship anyone could ever imagine of love. And yet, Krishna left that. He left those beautiful and self-sacrificing, dedicated, so highly devoted, self-sacrificing gopis. He left them all to look for Radharani. And what does that say about Radharani that is different from all these other things? It says that Radharani, without Radharani's love, he's not happy. He's not satisfied. So we have here, the Bhagavatam tells us that Radharani is the most important thing. And Raghunath Das Goswami, our Prayojanacharya, he's telling that Radharani is the most important element, most important consideration in our life. We have this teaching is there, the most secret, the most sacred, and the most secret teaching. And that Radha Dasa is our highest achievement. And in all the theologies of the world, all the religions of the world, there's nothing like this. There's nothing like goddess worship, worship of the goddess. Yes, they have that somehow in Greek and other religions, goddess worship, but not like Radharani. They are not like Radharani. They do not have that loving, serving relationship. Bhakti Siddhanta called her the predominated. She's the predominated part of the absolute truth. There are two parts, two halves of the absolute. Predominating and predominated. Predominated is the serving section. We have to understand that Lord, if Krishna is Lord, there must be something to lord it over. If Krishna is the king, then there must be some kingdom, must be some subjects. You can't have just one side without the other. Then in the spiritual world, there's a predominated and a predominating. Both must be there. Otherwise, how is Krishna all attractive if there's no one to be attracted to him? Like this, the logic, the ontology. But then, whoever said that the predominated is the most valuable part? The pleasure giving. Krishna Kesha was always saying that wonderful means you must have a wonder filling. Wonderful, if something is wonderful, what is the wonder filling part? That is Radharani. She is the wonder filling. So that part is important. And more important, Mahaprabhu taught that part is most important. He also taught that he came as Radharani to teach, he came to experience what she was feeling, because he felt that was the highest thing. And he wanted to know what ecstasy she was feeling and loving him. And yeah, so Sridhar Maharaj was teaching this. And this is the unique teaching of the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach, Saraswati Thakur embraced that very purely, very firmly, without compromise. And he was representing that teaching, this Raghadasa. And we don't find that so clear vision, a clear focus anywhere else. And the other aspect of Chaitanya Saraswati is they are completely dismissive of all other conceptions. They don't care who you are or what your position is, how big a scholar you are, anything. They are dismiss those who cannot understand this highest achievement of spiritual life. Because what does that translate to? In practical language, Radhadasa translates to the surrender and service to Gurudev. Saraswati Thakur said, to surrender to Guru, said this is what we mean by going back home, back to Godhead. Service and surrender to Guru. This is the meaning of going back home, back to Godhead. Why? Again, Sridhar Maharaj used to tell this Navadip Dham, this what is that? What do they call it?
Govardhan?
Not cooked up. Aparada Bryanjan pot. The Aparada Bryanjan pot in Koladwi, where our mud is situated. But this is Vrindavan. This is the highest place in the spiritual world. This already is the spiritual world. When we come to Guru and we surrender and serve, we're already in the spiritual world. We're not different. And there we are already living in our constitutional position as eternal servants. Of course, that depends upon our realization. But that realization will come if we have genuine Guru and we have genuine surrender. The realization of what is what will dawn on us and become known to us by the grace of that higher world. And I also heard
Maharaj,
yes, somebody want to say something.
oh, no, Maharaj, you finish, Maharaj.
I finished. I also heard Guru Maharaj once say that I'm interested in ontology. What group I am with, that is not so important. What they are teaching, that is the important thing. I'm governed by that consideration, not by this group, that group. What are they teaching? There's the important thing. And at the same time, he told another thing. He once asked Saraswati Thakur, what is the difference between Rupa and Sanatana Goswami? What is your understanding? And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati replied that that is a prakrita, inconceivable. So what was he saying actually? How do we interpret that? It means that, trying to understand sometimes these subtle points of Vaishnava Siddhanta philosophy, that is not the important thing. It is the mood. Recognize that plane is high above our head and it's not always approachable by knowledge and understanding. That is not the thing. That is to really surrender to that plane, means to recognize our knowledge is useless. So ontology is very nice and very important. But at the same time, faith supersedes all of that. Faith. And the more we surrender, the more we feel ourselves incapable of approaching that plane, the more close we come to that. Recognize that we are helpless, hopeless. It's only by grace that plane is approachable by us. And however it wants to move, we are subject to that movement and are not within our capacity to control that or direct it. So these higher realizations must also come when we're engaged in spiritual life. We are to make progress in that direction. Anyhow, all these things Sridhar Maharaj perfectly embodied and perfectly represented in his talks, his instructions to the devotees. By studying that and practicing that, most important thing, practicing, then we come to realize these things. That is our hope for ourselves and a hope for all of our friends. Okay, now I'm finished.
Maharaj, I was thinking about, the Srila Sridhar Maharaj, that mood of, some kind of lack that is, the most predominating. And his emphasis on, that one feels himself, incompetent or helpless to what you can say properly meet the service requirement of that divine plane. And that he had explained to one Christian student who was asking him, when Christians say that Jesus is everything, there is nothing more one can learn apart from Jesus. Then he told, Jesus is still making progress or not? If he is not making any progress, he finished everything, and that is a dead thing, he told. So the same thing we see Mahaprabhu also explained to in Sanatana, that there is an eternal competition that is going on between Lord and his devotees. Devotee never accept defeat in the feeling of that kind of some kind of lack, or feels something like not properly yet served that divine plane. I could not serve properly, Gurudev could not properly serve the Lord. That type of feeling is predominating in devotee, and he is trying to always increase his surrender and love. And the Lord is also aspiring for higher and higher form of dedicated service. So nobody accepts this defeat. So this play is eternally going on. So that is the dynamic thing. So that thing mostly other religions or even Gaudiya other like branches, they seems to be missing what Sridhar Maharaj has. That lack. Even Radharani is feeling like Mahaprabhu is also to have explained that he is feeling that he'll not get even the smell of the devotion. He's feeling like that. So that mood is very difficult to get. And if one can get that, that is the most valuable thing. That's a Sridhar Maharaj. Mirabai's devotion is that she already got it.
Yes. She doesn't know what she's missing. Ayananda wants to say something in Spanish.
Maharaj. Andaba Haritinanda. El Maharaj estaba explicando acerca de un concepto importante, es el Radha Dashyan. Radha Dashyan dice el Maharaj que es un secreto que está en nuestro Sri Chaitanya Saraswat, el Radha Dashyan, que es el servicio a Srimati Radharani, a los pies de loto de Srimati Radharani. Pero ese servicio a los pies de loto de Srimati Radharani, el secreto es que sí, a Srimati Radharani, pero a través del Guru, por medio del Guru. No solo no, por medio del Guru. Entonces, por medio del Guru se accede a ese tipo de servicio. Esa concepción no la tiene otros grupos, otras organizaciones, otra sociedad, no tiene ese concepto, no tiene otra religión. Otra religión hablan de Dios, God, Dios, pero no tienen esa concepción más elevada que es la conexión a través de Srimati Radharani. El Maharaj también explicó un poco acerca del Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa es cuando es una relación eterna que tuvo el Señor Krishna con Srimati Radharani, pero era para sentir el sabor del amor, de la dulzura a través de de Srimati Radharani. Eso también Maharaj lo explicó a través de que hay el predominador y el predominado, el predominador y el predominado, o el disfrutador y el disfrutado. Entonces, el Señor Krishna es eternamente el predominador y todas las otras almas somos predominadas. Él siempre va a ser el predominador. Entonces, el secreto es que nuestra verdadera posición constitucional es ser eternamente sirviente, eternamente sirviente. Krishna siempre va a estar alto y todas las almas tienen que buscar el servicio a él. Y el secreto del servicio nos lo dan los maestros Gaudiya Vaishnava cuando dicen Radha Dasyan. Ese se debe obtener a través solamente del exclusivo servicio a Srimati Radharani. Siempre. Por eso también Srila Bhakti Rasasida de Goswami Maharaj cantaba mucho la canción si Rupa Manjari, estar sirviendo a todas las Rupas Manjari, a Radharani, nuestra mente tiene que estar enfocada en ese tipo de servicio, pero siempre por la gracia del gurú, por el gurú. Solo no podemos, siempre en asociación con los Vaishnavas y el gurú. Jai Maharaj.
I see Anna Anditya also changed her place. When I suggested last time that she was far back, I couldn't see her. Now she has come a little better, closer. Thank you, Ananditya.
Te está saludando Aditinanda, el Maharaj, te está saludando a ti, te está diciendo que te está dando la bienvenida a ti.
Gracias, estimada Madhava Puri Maharaj. Ki jai.
Jai. What did he say? Hare Krishna. Aditinanda, Vandavas.
Vandavas, pranams, Vandava. I'm happy to see you. Happy
Yes, we're always happy to see you also.
to see you.
So Prabhu is distributing prasadam today, Maharaj? Or
What's
this
that?
Sunday? He is distributing prasadam.
Sunday.
Next Sunday,
Yes. It's coming.
coming Sunday.
Just 3 days.
Yes.
What you are going to distribute? What prasadam?
Jira rice, undiyu, and chana masala.
Wow.
Sound like Indian.
But we don't prepare. I can't take credit for preparing that. I don't prepare that.
You know how to prepare chana masala?
Yeah, kind of.
So what prasadam you prepared today?
Well, for Srila Sridhara Maharaj, we made some French fries and samosa and eggplant pakora.
Wow. Samosa.
Yes.
He liked chana, you know chana?
Yes.
That milk you break.
Oh, paneer chana.
Yes, yes. It is not available these days in Bengal, but when I was in my engineering, I used to take every day that. I used to also like that. They used to sell that in the street. They mix with little sugar and they give it. White, when you break the milk, the white, the what you can say, like curd, you can say. Yeah, that they give. Very nice,
Maharaj, do they have lemons near the temple?
Lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use lemon to break it,
Yeah, you can use lemon. You boil the milk and the lemon will make curd.
but it will not taste so good because it will sometime, becomes like soury. So you have, some they use, previous that chana water that you use, then it is easy to break. It's
Is it,
available in the sweet shops here.
are you able to buy citric acid?
Yeah, you can do that, or you can also get that, the chana water. You can
Chana.
put that.
Yeah.
The previous, they've already prepared that. That water you put it and it breaks, then you can use that.
You can also use dahi.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, generally, people use, lemon mostly, but you have to wash it very thoroughly. Muni Maharaj used to prepare rasagolla by breaking the milk in Bangalore in a pressure cooker. He worked very hard today, Muni Maharaj. He did all the marketing and also prepared the pranami of the Vaishnavas who visited and did, like vegetables, brought vegetables, so many things.
Maharaj, did you have some Western brahmachari at the temple today?
Today, no Western brahmachari.
In one of the pictures, I thought I saw like a light-skinned brahmachari.
Ram Raghav.
Not Ram Raghav. Another one, I thought, no?
No, another one is Raghunandan from Goswami Maharaj Mott came. He was before serving in Siliguri when I was, there, so he was serving there. He also came. Quite a few devotees came. There was many places the festival today. Sridhar Maharaj's birthplace festival and also the Mulamat, they also did something like that. Distributed.
How is Vishwambar doing?
He's okay. He is looking for idli dosa. Is not available here. I told him today to little active. He is sometimes, becomes, like not moving, stays in bed like that. So I have to push him. I told that at least go and, visit the cow shed and go and walk with Muni Maharaj like that. I send him.
Is homesick.
Homesick.
He wants to go to Bangalore.
He wants to take some idli dosa there. Thinking that, if he can get some, good luxurious life, then I told that if you live luxurious life for 10 years and then you live in drain and, like mosquito, then what is the use? I explained that alone. Then he tried to little bit change his, mind. Today he was little active and, doing something. Want to do some job and, get some luxurious life like that he was thinking.
During Ratha Yatra, when he had shaved head and the kurta and the dhoti and the tilak, he looked so effulgent actually in the pictures. He looked very nice.
Yeah. I told him again to wear dhoti. He said, I will try, he said. It takes some time, change from one place. He is also having some, past habits. So some time is needed.
Some music.
That's like the universal ringtone.
Today we prepared sukto and aloo bhaja and paneer sabji, paneer chickpea sabji, and we have mishti dahi and sweet paramanno. This is what we prepared today.
No wonder you had such a big crowd.
No, Maharaj, I intentionally not made, invited many people because, there are so many festivals are coming. So now recently they came for Guru Purnima and then just recently came from Puri and many are still, recovering from that, travel sickness actually. I thought, little bit, giving them time will be good. And then we have a month of, festival like Baladev Purnima and Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Lalita Saptami, and then we have Bhaktivinoda Thakur's festival. Like whole 1 month, festival is coming. Before that, I may be going for a few days some preaching program. And then, also I have to prepare for this Vrindavan Parikrama, some plan I have to make. Like that.
Yeah, Vaishnavas are always celebrating.
Today whole day Haryananda was there online.
We see
All
him.
day with association con Maharaj.
We see him going to your daily class also all week.
Yes, he's joining regularly. We are reading that, Prema Vivarta. So they are written Prema Vivarta, but generally, this Jagannatha Pandit not discussed very, high intimate things. He discussed many important things about soul and, all these concepts is very, useful actually. How we should think about service, all those things, some Gaudiya teachings, essential teachings. Very nice actually.
Are you giving class in English or Bengali?
I try to do mostly in Bengali because there are many Bengalis, and then English I speak very less, and Telugu also I speak sometimes because there are Telugu devotees, Bengali devotees, and there Spanish anyway I don't speak, and then English. So many languages become sometimes difficult actually.
The Prema Vivarta translated into English, or is it all?
Actually, I speak some time, but we read in English anyway. That text we are reading in English only. Then I'm speaking in Bengali and in Telugu like that. The Muni Maharaj came.
Oh,
Haribo. Class, the Maharaj class every day. I don't understand Bengali language, no Telugu, no understand, but I use book, Prema Vivarta book in PDF, and Maharaj is read, and I use a copy y test en Google. I little understand the book, little. In translation, I sent to the translation Google, sent to the Didis by WhatsApp. She read the book. Didi read.
Sometimes Madhu Gopal joins also. Here is Ram Raghav Maharaj.
Haribo, Haribo.
Haribo.
Pradyumna Prabhu, are you there still? Yeah, already gone for rest. He comes from near to Pradyumna's place, from Nasik.
Really?
His father is from Gujarat and mother is from Bengal. Hey, Pradyumna is. You know, Pradyumna, this brahmachari comes from your place, near to your place, Nasik. You know Nasik?
Yeah, I know Nasik.
From there. He came and joined mystically. He came from there and then Mayapuri was there a few days and he came here. Doing very nice service here.
Jai.
You know Marathi? You know Marathi, Pradyumna?
Yeah, I can speak Marathi. I can speak most of the languages in India, I think. Pranam. Can't. मला ऐकू येत नाहीये. मला ऐकू येत नाहीये. जोरात बोला. जोरात बोला.
तुम्ही कुठे महाराष्ट्रामध्ये राहते? हरे कृष्ण.
मी महाराष्ट्रात नाहीये पण मला मराठी येते.
मराठी येते.
मराठी येते मला. आपण कुठे राहिला नाशिकला?
म्हणे कुठे नाशिक तुमच्या शिर्डी.
अच्छा.
शिर्डी.
हो हो हो.
मी त्या झाला नाही. आम्ही इथं स्वयंपाक झाला मी इथं.
तुम्हाला इथे कसं काय इन्स्पिरेशन आहे तुम्हाला इथे यायला?
आमचा सवयीचा म्हणजे भक्ती जीवन आहे हे उद्देश आहे. सर्वांचं साधू संत सवय म्हणजे सवयी कारण असे कारण म्हणजे टाळा आहे पैसा आहे त्यामुळे शांती नाही.
शिर्डीमध्ये काय करायचं आपण?
देवीच्या मूर्ती.
हा
देवीच्या मूर्ती.
देवी
शिल्पगड.
शिल्पगड. अच्छा अच्छा. तुम्हाला येतं करायला शिल्प?
माझ्या घरी कारखाना आहे. माझ्या मम्मी माझ्या पप्पा पुरा फॅमिली.
आपल्याला पण येतं स्टॅच्यू बनवायला मूर्ती?
फायबर मातीच्या टाईल्स सगळ्यांचे.
Jai. So Maharaj, Shanta Maharaj, he comes from the family of artisans. You know that?
Yes,
he can do.
He was making deities, he told me.
Yeah, they're making deities. Yeah, he also knows how to make it.
But he makes out of clay, no? Clay, no? कदाचित बनवतो.
I'll ask him. तुम्ही मातीचे बनवतात की मातीचे बनवतात
माती
तुम्ही?
फायबर त्यावर माती फायबर बिछली. Yes.
He can make it from various he can make it from clay or the normal mud also as well, the earth mud.
Now I am trying to train him that he can be a good preacher.
Yeah.
Asking many questions. Always asking many questions. Asking how this sin and pious activities, he trapped in sins and pious activities. Paap and punya. So you come here, Pradyumna.
Yeah. I'll come probably this coming week, first week of August. I think I have a direct flight from here, from Pune to Kolkata. So I think I'll come there next week, and we'll also finalize that place, right, which we discussed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also
We have
we'll
already
visit-
discussed that with Maharaj,
we will
Puri
visit-
Maharaj. You have already sent some photographs to Puri Maharaj of that place?
No,
Not yet, because
No?
no.
Maybe you can send him the photographs as well.
Yes. I have not taken photo, but that video is there.
Yeah, I'm talking about that video is sufficient, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pradyumna, can I ask a question?
To me?
Yes. Just simple thing. Do you know of Somaya College in the west of India there where you live?
Yes, I know. Somaya College, yeah. I know. It's in Vidya Vihar. Yes, I know.
So that's in Vidyanagar?
Vidya Vihar. That place is called it's in Mumbai, but the place in Mumbai it's called Vidya Vihar.
Vidya Vihar.
That's where Somaya College. Yeah.
Vidya Vihar. Is that near or close to the Vidyanagar also?
No, Vijayanagar is quite far from here. Vijayanagar is in a different state of India. But this Somaya College that you're talking about is in Mumbai.
It's in Mumbai. Back in 1980, when Sripad Puri Maharaj was there at the institute in Mumbai, they were doing a lot of preaching at Somaya College, and the principal at that time, he did an interview of Sripad Puri Maharaj and Sripad Bhakti Damodar Maharaj. They did an interview with the president of the school there, and they have a video, and we were trying to contact them and see if they have the archive of the video, because it would be a treasure to be able to have that and see that. And
Can you tell me which year it was? So I'll probably be visiting Mumbai, in next couple of days. I'll pay a visit there. Do you remember the principal or the dean's name, or yeah? Can you text me?
yes,
So could you please text me? I'll figure it out.
yes, absolutely.
It's a KJ Somaya College, right? You're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll send the information to you. The I just forwarded the message to you that I sent to one of the other professors who's there right now.
Okay.
PM Rao is the name of the principal.
Whom did you send this mail to, the current principal, you're saying?
Yes, and And also one professor I got in contact with on LinkedIn, Professor Arun Kumar Dubey, and then he gave me the contact information of the current principal, Chancellor Sri Samir Bhai Somaya. And I sent the email, but I never heard back from the current principal.
Okay. 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 So yeah, so Samir Somaya is basically so he's not the principal, but he owns the the entire KJ Somaya Trust. So KJ Somaya Trust is basically a large trust that has many colleges. It has a technology college, it has agriculture and research college. So I got this. Okay, so let me figure it out, and I'll try to get this information.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Very much.
I was worried you were going to ask me some difficult question because you said you're going to ask me something. I was like, okay, me. That's why, like, it's like I'm the last. So I have been always be the last bencher in my school and college, right? So if professor asked me, okay, I was like the most notorious one. So you jumped on me suddenly today. I just went back to my school days. It's me you're asking me. Okay.
Yes. I was also always the last one. Never contacted.
So unlike Shanta Maharaj and Muni Maharaj, they are too much into academics.
He may ask you, do you know how to prepare samosas? He prepared very nice samosas today for Srila Sridhara Maharaj. Have you seen his video? He explained devotees how to prepare samosa.
Oh, really?
You not seen that?
No, I haven't. Can you forward me those videos?
I will check and will send it to you. When we were there, he prepared some small pizzas.
Oh, interesting.
Out of that is eggplant, no?
Yeah, the brinjal pizza.
Oh, interesting.
We want to prepare all of those samosas and pizzas for all of you when you come here.
Sure.
Yes, Pradyumna was planning to come to New Jersey. When is that happening?
So I'll first visit you, and then we'll plan how to go to New Jersey.
Okay. We'll go soon there.
Sure. So Maharaj, my phone would conk off anytime. And I'm sitting in my living room, my family sleeping in. So in case it conks off, I may just, have to switch off the phone.
Okay. So nice to see you. We hope you can join more often.
You see, I don't trust myself. If I get your grace and mercy, I'm sure I would be joining.
Okay.
I have heard something, Pradyumna. Some devotees, Vaishnavas told that if you keep hairs, a lot of hair, then you may feel, some kind of depression. And sometimes when I was keeping also, they told me that not to keep. Then, I tried. Maybe have you ever tried that?
I haven't ever observed or noticed as such. I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
but
the
yeah.
Shastra also says there is some curse or something. The sins are staying in the hair. So then, it gives a lot of troubles actually. And if
I definitely need to store my sins somewhere. So that could be the case. You see, I commit a lot of sins. So that could definitely be true, right? I need a lot of storage, like you have a storage in your mobile phone and computer. I need a lot. I commit a lot of sins. I need a storage.
Yeah, you know that, this tantrics sometimes they keep long hairs, and their whole power is there stored on those hair, So it has some relation, That's why, that those who are above all these, things, influence of mundane things, they have no effect, whether saved or not saved. But, if we have some effect, then we have to also consider these things.
I have not done anything consciously. If you can look at me, it's not that I want to have any style or anything.
I know.
I'm just don't care about anything. So I just don't care about how I look. So that's the reason it's the way that it is. It's just sort of, it doesn't really matter for me to how I look. So it comes out of that action. It doesn't come out of any other action.
Yes.
Avadut.
In IIT, something strange happened. Some ISKCON devotees, they came for preaching, And then these all young boys, they were having long hair. And all of a sudden, they seen five people sitting, saved hat in the front bench. The teacher is telling, what is going on here? Then he's searching, who is making all these people like that?
Yeah, for the professors, it would be like some new hippie cult coming in.
Yes.
So, Maharaj, my charging may go down anytime. Before that, I just pay my obeisance to all the devotees here on the call. Dandavat Pranam Maharaj. Dandavat to all devotees. Dandavat Puri Maharaj. Dandavat Krishna Keshav Das Prabhu.
Jai Pradyumna Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Maharaj, I write little message for dedicate Srila Rakhak Dev-Goswami Maharaj for this special day. I sent to write to WhatsApp Kisha Prabhu if you can permission for read this message.
Says Dandavat Pranams. It is impossible for such a fallen soul to comprehend the immense glories and contributions to those who seek the truth given by Srila Bhakti Rakhak Sridhar Dev-Goswami Maharaj, who is the brightest star in the sky of the Vaishnava world. His effort and service to show the authentic and pure Siddhanta of the Rupanuga lineage is unmatched. His contributions in the form of speeches, books, videos are an invaluable treasure for all humanity eternally. To mention all his glories is impossible because they are infinite. However, we will try to mention a few. Among his contributions is the song Sri Prabhupada Padma Stavak, where he glorifies his spiritual master by repeating at the end each verse his obeisances at the lotus feet of his master. That song is the sweetness manifested in the form of song. His book Sri Prapannajivanamritam is the essence about surrender, which is the royal path that reconnects fallen souls with their true essence as eternal servants of the Supreme Lord. Through the processes of accepting the favorable, rejecting the unfavorable, accepting the protection of the Lord, surrender ourselves to his tutelage and humility. One of the most important contributions of his is to reveal the hidden meaning of the Gayatri mantra when he mentions Gayatri Murali Kirtana Dharam Radha Padam Dhimahi. The highest instruction is to focus on service at the feet of Srimati Radharani. Additionally, in important chapters of Bhagavad Gita, He reveals the most hidden secret of the secrets of this scripture. Other important books he left us were the Lord's Search for His Lost Servant, Sermons of the Devotional Guardian, and compilation of his teachings in the form of Sri Guru and His Grace. He pleased his teacher before he departed from this world by singing his favorite song, Sri Rupa Manjari Pada, where his position as devotional keeper of Rupanuga Varga lineage is actually revealed. Then he founded SCS Mutt for the glory of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and his most impressive legacy is having left us guardians, continuing his legacy in the form of Srila Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Niskam Shanta Maharaj, who currently he expands the glories of his master predecessors, and like a roaring lion, he is destroying all the false conceptions that try to deceive the innocent souls of these times. All glories to Sri Krishna, Guru, and Vaishnavas eternally, a fallen soul, Hari Ananda Das. Acharya.
Jai Gurudev. Jai Shah Prabhu.
I was seeing today's his preparation, Harinanda cooked all those dishes.
There were some pictures of the preparations Harinanda and family made.
No, Harinanda cooked. Harinanda cooked. Family did other services.
Harinanda fried bananas and some sabji and some sweets.
Very, very good cook, Harinanda.
I like cooking. I like cooking.
Prasadam look very nice.
When someday I will travel to India, I prepare prasad special for you.
Arepa.
Pizza.
Arepa.
Arepa, pero pizza.
Arepa. Govinda Maharaj called Are Baba.
Two, arepa and pizza. For you, Maharaj.
Okay, very nice. I'll be happy to offer it to Lord Gurudev. Madhu Gopal, are you there?
Madhava, Srila Madhava Puri Maharaj, you snow arepa. You eat arepa Sunday.
Yes.
You
Arepa is a Venezuelan sandwich. So he's asking if you have eaten sandwich.
I don't.
No, arepa.
Arepa means it's like
Arepa is some kind of a preparation from the corn flour.
Oh,
oh,
I don't know. Maybe one time I had. I think Lochan Prabhu. Lochan may have made for us.
Tortilla, he made tortilla. Tortilla, right? There is
Was it?
tortilla he bought.
I don't know. I don't remember.
and then Maharaj, when someday I go to USA, I prepare for you arepa. It's very nice, Maharaj. It's great.
Maharaj I have to take rest now.
Yes, Maharaj.
Thank you very much. It was nice, Maharaj, to have happy rest.
Ashtata Sati Sripad, Bhakti Rakhak Shri Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Ashtata Sati Sripad, Bhakti Shanta Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
All glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the worldwide devotees. Go Premanand, Hari, Hari, Hari.
Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Bhakta Vinda ki jai.
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 Dandavad, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.